Hey everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. Today we're going to do a full body circuit training workout, and this is going to be harder than the last one that I did. As I stated in past videos, I will not be starting with any instruction. I'm just going to get right into the movement. So if you want some instruction, then you're going to want to check out my videos on the instruction I did on how to properly do squats, lunges, and step-ups, as well as the video on how to do rows, lat pull-downs, and back exercises properly. And hopefully by this time I've already uploaded how to do dumbbell presses, push-ups, flies, chest exercises properly. So if the chest one is not up yet, then it should be up soon. So, okay guys, that being said, let's go ahead. We're gonna get right into the workout. Okay, so the only pieces of equipment I'm gonna be using today is just going to be my tubing, and then I have my step right here. If you don't have a step, don't worry about it. You'll still be able to do the movements that I'm gonna be using the step for. But hopefully you should have some tubing by now. And for those of you who haven't had a chance to watch all my videos or any of my videos yet, you'll want to check out how to build a home gym for under $50. And then I talk about where you can get this equipment, and I put the links in the description below. And so you'll definitely at least want to invest in a set of tubing if you want to be able to do these workouts efficiently and get a good workout in. Okay, so first we're going to begin with just a basic row, and I'm going to combine that with the squat movement. So remember, neutral spine, my shoulders are back and down, my belly button's pulled in like a string attached to my belly button, pulling my transverse abdominis in, anchoring my back. So first I'm going to retract and bring my tubing back behind my body. From here I'm going to go into my basic row. So retract and pull back, and then into my row. I'm keeping my shoulders down, my elbows are staying in close to my body. And I'm also keeping my wrist in a neutral position. I'm making sure that I'm not letting my wrist bend in as I do the movement. And my movements, as always, are slow and controlled. You never want to rush the movement, and you want to make sure that the resistance you're using is going to be challenging enough for your fitness level. So if you're doing this movement and it feels really hokey pokey, you feel like, you can do like 20, 25, 30 repetitions, the resistance is not challenging enough. So you want to make sure that the tubing is going to be thick enough, and if you have to add, a couple of bands onto your tubing set, absolutely, add a band or two, but make sure that, again, you're using the appropriate resistance so it gives you a good workout, but not so much that you lose the form, you can't do it properly. Okay, let's do two more. So as I do my squat, remember I'm pushing through the heel of my foot, and my upper body is leaning forward slightly. My knees are not coming forward. And again, I go into detail about this in all the instructional videos. I'm going to do one more and relax. Okay, so now I'm going to go right into some basic push-up. And with push-up, I'm going to be doing it elevated on a step. If you want, you can do it on any other elevated surface, like a coffee table, or like I have my buffet right here. You could do it on a countertop or what have you. But I'm going to be doing it on the step. However, regardless of where you do your push-up, the form is still going to remain true no matter what angle you're at. So I'm just going to do it full body here on the step. I'm keeping my neutral, my glutes are tucked in tight, and I'm going right into my push-up. As I go down, I breathe in. As I go up, I breathe out. Breathing in and out. Don't worry about range of motion. The most important thing is that you're able to keep your body in a nice neutral position the whole time. And again, if I haven't already, I'll have an instructional video up talking about the specifics on how to do a push-up properly. Okay, now I'm going to go right into lunges, and I'm going to do reverse lunges because that is my lunge of preference. And so again, and my shoulders back, abs in tight. I'm going to step back into my lunge. I'm making sure that my knees are staying in a nice level position, just like I discussed in the instructional videos. And I'm keeping my body in its neutral spine at all times. You could even add a slight lean forward if you like with your reverse lunge, because sometimes just a very slight lean forward will help to take some stress off of the knee. For those of you that want to reduce stress on your knees. And I'm making sure I'm pushing through the heel of the foot. My belly button staying pulled in nice and tight throughout the whole movement. I'm not letting my knee touch the floor. And I'm making sure I can see my foot with each repetition. I'm going to do 2 more repetitions. And 1 more. And relax. All right, very nicely done. As you can see, it's a good workout for me as well. Now I'm just going to do a quick adjustment with my tubing for his lat pull down. And with lat pull down, I already discussed this exercise in the instructional video, so again, make sure you watch these instructional videos. Okay, so as you can see how easy it was for me to adjust the tubing to the top of the door. Again, very, very easy to adjust these bands. Okay, so in my neutral, shoulders are back and down, abs are pulled in nice and tight. My knees are just slightly bent, just to kind of give you a good stable base. I'm pushing my shoulder blades down, and I'm bringing the band back kind of towards right underneath my collarbone. So if you're at the gym, and also keep in mind, everything that I'm doing right here, you can also do these exercises at the gym. So the way that you would do lat pull down here is the same way that you would do it at the gym, exact same way. And so you can also take these movements, these exercises at the gym as well. Now, another thing too about the lat pull down is when you're doing it at the gym, you want to make sure that you never bring the bar behind the neck. But I know I talk more about that in the instructional video as well. So again, the movement is always going to stay in front of you. My wrists are always also staying in neutral, and I'm bringing my wrist down towards my shoulder, okay? That is my movement, breathing out and in. Let's do 2 more, breathing out and in. My body stays stable, breathing out and in. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go into a lateral step. Just going to rotate my step a little bit. And this one, I did a very brief instruction in my lower body squat lunge instructional video. So with this one, again, in my neutral, so we're just basically combining a squat and a side step. That's all we're doing. So I'm going into my basic squat. This is going to be work good for your inner thigh in my basic squat. And I'm just going to tap out to the side, just like that. And as far as my length or my width of my step out, it's a little bit wider than hip width apart. You also want to make sure when you're stepping out to the side that the feet are in alignment, that you're not stepping with this foot back here, but the feet are staying in alignment like that. And again, just like I discussed in my instructional video, always make sure you're pushing through the heel of the foot. As you do your movement, the knees are staying in alignment. I'm going to do 2 more. 1 more, and relax. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side. I'll push this over a little bit just to make sure you guys can see a good angle of me. And also with this movement, you want to make sure you're not letting your leg straighten out like that, but you're keeping it, again, in that nice straight alignment. I keep my belly button in. It's real easy to let go of that transverse abdominis when you start to get fatigued. It typically will be one of the first things to go. So that's why I constantly remind you throughout your workouts, always make sure that belly button is staying pulled in, close to your spine, activating your transverse abdominis. All right, let's go for a couple more. I'm not sure exactly how many that was, but you'll be doing 10 to 15 repetitions of all these movements. Okay, so the last movement I'm going to do is just a basic tricep press. And again, if I have not already done an instructional video on how to do bicep, tricep, and shoulder exercises properly, hopefully I have that uploaded already, but if not, I will soon, but I'll give quick instructions as I do this. All right, so for tricep press, you want to make sure you're starting at 90 degrees, and as you come down into your extension, you want to make sure it's a full extension all the way. And you see how my hand is going past my body, And that's what's gonna help me to get a nice full extension in that tricep. I'm also keeping my wrist in neutral. I'm not letting it bend like that. It's staying in its neutral position. And I'm just stopping at a 90-degree at the end of my range of motion. And my body's stable. It's staying completely stable. The only part of my body that's moving is the elbow joint. Let's do one more and relax. All right, guys, excellent job. I've already broken a sweat, so you can see this is a pretty good workout. So on your own, you guys will be doing 2 to 3 sets of this whole circuit. So everything that I just did, you'll add at least 1 more set. A third would be awesome. Give yourself some time to rest, get some water, recover. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go onto the ground and we're gonna end with some abdominal exercises. Okay, so now we're gonna end with just a couple basic abdominal exercises. These are exercises that I've done in past videos, and so in the last full body circuit training video that I did, the standing one, I did these exercises, and I also did a couple of these exercises in exercises that you can do before to start your day that you could even do from bed. So I also did them in that video too. But I'm obviously going to give instruction while I perform these exercises right now. And these are going to be a more advanced version, because remember, this is a more advanced workout today. So for those of you that don't feel like you're quite ready for it, you'll definitely want to go to my beginner exercises playlist and kind of, you know, work on those exercises and build your way up to be able to do a workout like this without hurting yourself and still, you know, getting an effective workout in. Okay, so I have my little ball, my purple ball, and I'm using just a 5-pound weight. That's all I'm going to be using today. If you don't have the 5-pound weight or the ball, you can still perform the movements, but again, in my video, how to build a gym for under $50, I put a link for where you can get one of these balls, and they're only like $2. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down, and I'm going to take my ball, I'm going to put it between my knees, and what I like about using the purple ball is that putting it between the knees will get me to engage my inner thighs, and it'll also get me to engage my lower intra-abdominal muscles a little bit more as well, and that's one reason why I like it. And so in past videos, I did just a basic reverse crunch, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to add a movement to the reverse crunch today with the upper body. So I'm going to start with my knees in, and my hands, my arms elevated above me. And I'm just going to bring them both back away from my body. And if you remember with the instruction with the reverse crunch, you want to make sure that your back stays in a nice neutral position. We're never letting our back arch up like this. We want to keep it down at all times. And we're going to have to use the transverse abdominis in order to perform that. So again, your movement's nice and controlled. Don't worry about range of motion. If your back starts to come up at a certain point, then you want to just reduce your range of motion. So if at this point your back starts to arch, and no matter how hard you try, you can't keep it down, you just want to reduce your range of motion, just don't go down as far. And if you want, you can add an upper body crunch to the movement that will intensify it and make it more difficult. Some people will feel too much strain on their neck when they add that. Let's go ahead and do a couple more. And so if you feel too much tension on your neck when you're doing the upper crunch part of it, and it's taking away from the emphasis on your abdominals, don't worry about lifting your head. You can still do the movement with your head down. You can attempt maybe just a few repetitions with lifting your head. Over time, your neck will start to get stronger, but you don't want the stress to be so much that, again, you're really not focusing on the abdominal muscles. Okay, now we're going to do just a basic crisscross. And the version that I showed in my last full body workout was where we were bringing our chest to the knee, okay? And it's always chest to knee, not elbow to knee, always chest to knee, okay? Now this is a more modified version, and you want to stick with the modified version, you can still stick with it. But I'm going to do more of an advanced version for this workout, because again, this is meant to be more of an advanced workout today. So remember, your head is going to be resting on your hands. Use your hands to support your head so you don't feel too much stress on your neck. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to elevate my legs and perform the same exercise, but with my legs elevated. So we're going to extend chest to knee. As I crunch up, I'll breathe out and in, out, So that's going to be your breathing pattern. And remember, we're doing chest to knee, not elbow to knee. And again, you want to just try to get as much of a rotation as you can. Don't worry about how high you go. What's more essential is the rotation, because the rotation will get the oblique to engage more. And that's where we want the contraction to be, against the oblique muscle. And that's what's going to give us a good workout for the oblique. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to do 2 more on each side for a total of 4. 1 more on each side. Last one. And relax. So from here, if you want to, you can straighten your legs and your arms and stretch them above your head. And just let those abdominal muscles just release and stretch out. And on your own, you're going to be doing 3 sets of those movements. So you'll do your double crunch and then your crisscross, and then you'll go ahead and you'll add two other sets after you rest in between. Now, after your workout, you're going to want to do some stretches. So you'll want to check out my video, how to do a full body stretch, and I go through a whole series of stretches that you can do after your workout. So you'll definitely want to incorporate some of those stretches after you're done. So, okay guys, you did an awesome job today. For those of you that were able to stick it through the whole time, give yourself a big thumbs up. You are a total superstar, and that's awesome. If you had to take some breaks, you weren't able to hang the whole time, that's okay. You're still amazing. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section below. Let me know if there's anything you didn't understand or you want me to explain a little bit more, as well as other workouts you'd like to see in the future, because I definitely want to make sure that I'm catering this channel to the type of content that you guys want to see. Okay guys, remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.